In this lesson, you will learn how to build the sides of your bridge. In the end, you will end up with a bridge very similar to this. Today we're going to learn how to build the two sides for the bridge. At the end of this lesson, you should have a bridge that looks like this. This is one side of your bridge. We start by picking our pattern, which you should already have done. And we're going to tape it down to our board. We use two small pieces of tape, one on each side. You don't need to tape the corners, you don't need to tape around it. That's all you need right there, just enough to keep it on the board. Now we're going to cover the board with wax paper. Normally we will use only one piece, but because you are doing this remotely, I have had you put two pieces of wax paper on your board. Again, you only need one piece on each piece of wax paper. You don't need to wrap it like a package. You don't need to tape all the way up and around. That's all the tape you need. Now we're ready to start laying out your bridge. You will need your balsa wood sticks, masking tape, a pair of scissors, sandpaper, a couple of sheets of scrap paper, a pencil, and Elmer's glue. Let's begin. We start by laying out the bottom piece, and we lay it on top of the line, and we mark it with our pencil. And you'll notice that my line is in line with this side piece. With that, I then cut it with a pair of scissors. And I will tape it down. When taping it down, make sure you do not place your tape over intersecting lines. Put one piece here, and I'll put one piece over here. I don't want to put a piece right there over my lines. Now I'm going to take another piece and I am going to go up the side and then I'll mark it and again cut it with my scissors. If you do not have your own pair of scissors, ask Mom and Dad what scissors you should use. Do not go to Mom's sewing basket and get her a good pair of sewing scissors. Ask permission. Now we're going to take one of the scrap pieces of paper and we're going to put a small dab of glue on that. And we are going to dip the end that is going to touch another piece of wood. We're going to put that down and we're going to tape it, just like we have before. And now I'm going to do the other side. And again, I am going to glue it in place. And tape. To make the corners stronger, we're going to use what is known as gussets. In this case, we're going to use small pieces of paper and a dab of glue, and that will make those corners stronger. So we take a small dab. By small, I mean it should not run off of the truss. We put a piece of paper on it. Now I'm going to put this top piece in. Notice how there is an angle. And I'm putting that angle in there. Notice how it fits nice and tight. That's what makes your bridge stronger. This one cut a little bit big, so I can take my sandpaper and gently pull in one direction and sand down to the line. My piece fits nicely. Now I'm going to dab both ends in the glue because they both touch the wood. I am not putting gussets on either one of these sides because I have extra pieces that need to go in here. Now I tape it down. We'll put the one in the middle. Next, I mark it. Again, I cut it. I dry fit it to make sure it fits before I put any glue on. If you put the glue on and it's too long, it makes a real mess on the sandpaper to sand it. This piece I probably only need one piece of tape. Can I put a gusset on this one? No, because I have other pieces that need to intersect. On this end, I can, because there are no other pieces to intersect. Now I'm going to cut these two pieces. Because I have to mark both ends, I'm going to cut this piece a little bit long so that I can lay it on and mark both sides, both ends. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. Now I'm going to cut it. Take my sandpaper and smooth it out a little bit. This one I'm not completely to the line. Now I will dry fit it. Notice it's a little bit long, so I'm just going to very gently sand that corner off. It should fit in there without pushing the other pieces away. Now I'm ready to glue. Now I can put a gusset on this one. All three pieces are here. Now I can do the other end. Again, I touch it up on the sandpaper. Now I dry fit it. That looks pretty good. So, I glue both sides, put it in place, and now I can put a gusset on both sides. I'm going to have to cut more gussets. So I'm going to make a larger gusset for that one because there's 4 pieces coming together. Now all that is left are these 2 small pieces. Again, dip it in the glue. What did I forget to do? I forgot to dry fit it. Hopefully I was good enough and this one will fit. Yeah, it does. I'll cut this one. Not going to forget to dry fit this one. Needs a little sanding. There. That looks pretty good. Need a little more glue. Again, just a small dab. Now let's put our gussets on. Need to cut a few more. Okay. And finally, the last 2. Again, I dry fit it. Push it fits. Looks pretty good. Put the glue. Also, it's important to make sure your pieces lay flat and not at an angle. That will become critical when it comes time to put this together. I have a box in front of me holding the camera, so I have to cut my pieces smaller, but that's okay. A little too short, a little too small for me. So, that's too small to cut with the scissors. So I am going to take the sandpaper, I'm going to sand down to that line. You can see I've sanded down to that line. That fits perfectly. Put that in place. A little bit of glue on it. Push it down. Should have 3 gussets left. Wants to glue to my finger. Here we go. And now you have completed a side. Okay? Make sure when you clean up that you pick up your pieces of paper, your small pieces that you cut off, go in the trash. You take the glue bottle, twist it and seal it. Take your glue piece, fold it over, and throw it away. The next step will be letting this dry for 24 hours, overnight. The next video will show you how to take it off the paper after it has dried.